Was that the bite of 87?
Hello gamers, today we're looking at 71746, the Jungle Dragon. I've had this set for like 3-ish days. I've been holding on to it just for you guys because I want to build it and review it. It's the Jungle Dragon. It's 8+, it's Ninjago, all that good stuff. It's very cool. This is episode 60 already. Very crazy, very poggers, I must say. And yeah, very cool box art. I very much like the box art. I think the box art is very excellent and very jungle dragony. And here we have your boy on the back. You got some, it can open its mouth and wag its little tail, and there's some bushes and the figures. It's pretty great. I very much like it. And I hate these things. We got the pushy tabs. I don't like these. I've never, ever in my whole entire life been able to do this. And I've been buying Lego sets since I was like 3. Okay? I remember Adventures. Those were the sets I played with as a child. Adventurers. And I can never, ever open these. I don't know what it is. I think it's an illness. Did I mention I was in a car wreck the other day and I might have permanent brain damage? That's what it feels like. I don't. I'm fine. But at least that's what the professionals say. They say I'm fine, but we all know I'm not fine. We all know. I like this box. It kind of reminds me of some of the older vintage boxes that Lego used to make. How it has kind of the flap that opens up on the back. I very much like it. Oh yeah, did I mention this set comes with 506 pieces? Quite a bit of pieces. Approaching the most pieces we've ever dealt with on this channel, because I've only built sets that are kind of tiny. The biggest one I've ever built, I think, was the Arrow Tube Hanger, size-wise, for sure. I mean, that's like the biggest Lego set, size-wise. Anyway, we got the instructions. They're pretty cool. Again, it's just the box art, but I think the box art's pretty great. And it's just, same old stuff. You got the background that's just kind of green, but it's not too exciting. It's not like the Bionicle instructions where it's like freaking a video game in the background. And we get some of the other sets. Very small catalog here. Very weird wave. I don't have too much interest in the other sets, but that doesn't matter. Let's just get building, fellas. Alright, that was a pretty fun build. It took me about an hour-ish. And besides the stickers, which remind me very much of an Exo-Force set because they were all on like one freaking step, it was a pretty fun build. Pretty unique, I must say. Alright, so here we have a little, skiff thingy for Zane. It's like a hovercraft. It's pretty cool. It's kind of tiny. Has some shapes and colors, and it's cool. It's very swishable, and there's lots of gold. It has this cool sail. And the mast has kind of a unique build, just very little bit, and it's a thick sail. It's a thick sail. You got these drum lacquered repulsor thingies on the bottom. It's pretty great, and you also got drum lacquered gold on the sides, but like that piece is not drum lacquered gold, so that's kind of weird. And you got your stud shooters, and they shoot. It's hard to see on camera because they're stud shooters, and they're pain in the ass, just in all regards, if we're gonna be perfectly honest. And you know, that thing is pretty cool. I like it. It's a good little side build. And here's Tahu, by the way. You can see it's pretty tiny. That's one thing I definitely like about this set. It's not a conflict in a box set. It's a misunderstanding in a box, you know? I very much like that. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more later, but this is the real meat and potatoes. It comes with a bone, by the way. Here we have the Jungle Dragon, or if you're not a grandma looking for a Christmas gift, Zippy. Zippy is his real name. Let's just get Lloyd out of here and just take a look at this fella. He is teal almost entirely. He has a bunch of gold, though, running down the middle, and a few hints of other colors, and his insides are actually pink and orange. And when I was building this guy, it made me very happy. It definitely reminded me of some of the Life on Mars sets, especially the little one-legged mech. I can't think of what it's called, but it reminds me a lot of that color scheme-wise. When I first opened this, it really put a smile on my face. But here he is. I'm gonna try and get him standing kind of straight up, so you can see the size of him. My big hairy arms kind of in the way. Sorry about that, guys. You know, these things happen when you got really big hairy arms. All right, here you go. You got your boy Tahu. You can see this dragon is pretty big, pretty beefy. The set does come with quite a few pieces, and most of the pieces are dedicated to this dragon boy. But you can see he's almost 2 Tahus long, which is pretty impressive. I can't say, you know, I don't even know. I was going to make like a pee-pee joke or something, but that's just too far. Too far, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, just let's get the cons out of the way. His wings are kind of weak sauce, just in all regards. They're very technicky and tiny, and the articulation kind of sucks, but there's one teal piece on them, and it just kind of irritates me. I don't like it too much. Besides that, this figure is pretty great. I very much like him. His head is so freaking expressive. And look at that eye. Look at that eye. It's so expressive-y. Look at this eye. Look, it's making another expression. That's incredible. And he has these big rubbery teeth. His head is very specialized, but it has a few add-ons like this awesome tongue piece. He can open up his mouth very wide. I do feel like this is the perfect Ninjago dragon head, in my opinion. Like the mix of specialized pieces there. I got a little silly with the jaw there. Very similar to the Lego Mech Ninjago movie dragon thing. It's very similar to that. Green Ninja Mech Dragon, that's what it's called. His tongue does not have much articulation. By the way, you can kind of swivel it back and forth, but that's all you get. But overall, it's pretty great, and it definitely gives him a lot of personality. This dragon probably has some of the most personality out of any dragon ever. He said it's on a ball joint, and you know it's a ball joint. It does ball joint things. It can go up and down pretty far, and he can sniff around, which I think is pretty great. He can get into some great sniffing poses, and he also can look up pretty high. It does leave some exposed weirdness on his mouth, not gonna lie. And I'm sure you're noticing he has scoliosis, and that's done in a very cool way. It's just using two of these like kind of angled pieces. They're just bricks. This is all done with bricks and plates, which is pretty cool. Very much like that, and it's very sturdy, because I would have done that in a very overly complicated Technic way with a bunch of Technic beams, but I think the designer did a pretty good job. And the wings, you know, they don't have much articulation, as I said earlier. They just kind of get in the way. No offense to the wings. I believe the animation model in the show doesn't even have wings. His arms, you know, have pretty standard articulation. They just have the clicky ratchy joints, and his hands are on ball joints. His hands are kind of weird. They're more like paws, really. This guy does have some dog vibes, which I think is pretty cool. And each finger can swivel down, and it leads to some fairly expressive motion in the fingy area. And then his back or hind legs are very similar. His tail is incredible. It's built in a pretty weird way using these modified, I don't even know, 2x2s. And it's just so weird and wiggly and waggy. And as my good friend Jang once said, it's like a dog wagging its tail. You know, Jang and I are on a first name basis, by the way. I want you to know that. Anyway, this tail's pretty swag. I very much like it, and it does tail things. I very much like it. It has that rubbery piece on the end, which I like. Here we have the saddle. It's pretty cool. It's brown and stuff, and I kind of like the figure with the saddle a little bit more, or without the saddle is what I meant to say. Because just look at that. It makes him so expressive, and he just looks so great. Alright, why don't we go take a look at the figures before I freaking explode? Alright, here we have Jungle Lloyd, and your boy is strapped up for war, and I'm sorry, Island Lloyd. And here he is. Your boy's absolutely strapped up, looking like MacGyver. And, you know, I very much like this iteration of Lloyd. He does have a golden katana, which I think is kind of funny. Not katana, machete, which is pretty funny. He has a silver katana. Pretty boring stuff. But I very much think the gold machete's cool. He has a ton of detail. He has some really big leaves that's kind of suspicious, Lloyd. Kind of sus. And his hair is pretty cool. I very much like it. He has an alternate face, of course. Let me just decapitate him real quick so we can take a closer look at all of his fine little details. You can see his back is also super detailed. There's his alternate face, by the way. It's just him being angry with some war paint. And he has a pretty cool, you know, sash here and a utility belt. And you can see the sash and the utility belt on this side as well. And then his normal face, which is pretty neutral. It's kind of weird for Lloyd. Alright, it's Zane time. Alright, here we have Zane. Island Zane, to be exact. And he's Zane. You know, this is very zany Zane, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. He does look pretty cool, though. His detailing is pretty great. He is also quite strapped up for war with this big bow. And he has this big sash, which is cool, and this kind of shiny heart plug. I don't know what that means. Maybe he's like a Harkonnen sort of deal. I don't know. And let me just kind of, again, remove some of his crazy accessories real quick. Man, taking these things off always takes a super long time. Anyway, here he is. His face is very aggressive, doing aggressive things. And he has some very nice silver arms. Silver arms. And he doesn't have an alternate face or anything. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Alright, here we have the Thunderkeeper figure I very, 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 very much like. He is like a tiki dude, and he is pink all around, which I think is pretty awesome. He comes with this white spear, which kind of gives me, you know, 2002 vibes. Very much like it. Something they would do. This guy reminds me of something they would do kind of in the past. Here we have this MacGuffin. It's like the storm disc, or I don't even know. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's cool. It has a dragon on it. Reminds me of the Atlantis stuff. Kind of funny how that works. Seeing the new sets for this summer. This guy's pretty great. He has this, you know, pretty cool mask, which is more of a helmet. It's not like the other Tiki masks from the collectible minifig series. And it kind of reminds me of King Keaton, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, with the swirly eyes and stuff and the big teeth. Very much like it. You can see underneath, he's kind of a creepy dude. Pretty cool though. Very much like him. Oh yeah. Now we have Pularic. You know, the old saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. Double the pleasure and triple the fun. I love this guy. He has 2 heads. What? I just love this guy. He's just the same figure from before, the Thunderkeeper. But he just has another head. Why, I don't know. But I love him. He's so much taller than another minifig. It's great. It's literally just, they plopped a head on the figure. It's so charming. I love it. I wish they did stuff like this more often. When I was a little kid, I would complain about this. I was like, I want more weird figures like this. And I would have to make my own, like a baby. But he's pretty great. I absolutely love this guy. Alrightio. So, the set comes with 506 pieces. and it retails for about $40. And I feel like that's a pretty okay price. The set comes with 4 pretty great minifigs in my opinion. I feel like the quality and the prints and everything for the figures is pretty top notch, pretty top tier, and I find them to have a lot of personality and just all around fun to play with or look at or whatever. I don't know. Whatever kids do with these Lego sets. And I must say that this thing has so much personality. I'm not going to be like, if you can only get one Ninjago dragon, get this one. Because it's not the best Ninjago dragon, but it's definitely one of the more, unique and kind of funny Ninjago dragons. Because, for the last couple of years, I feel like Ninjago dragons have been getting pretty samey and pretty, we have to do the seasonal dragon. And they just kind of lose their charm and stuff. But this guy's very charming, Mr. Zippy. I definitely love him very much. And it comes with this little extra skiff thing on the side, which is pretty great. So yeah, I say it's worth it. I say it's a good price. Good price per part and everything. Overall, pretty great set. And as I was saying, one thing I very much like about this set is it's not a conflict in the box set. I'm not one of those guys who's like, I can't believe that they did another conflict theme even though they sell better, and oh my gosh, they put a bad guy minifig in the good guy set. I can't buy this garbage. I'm not one of those guys, but I'm not a huge fan of like the, mandatory little extra bad guy vehicle or the sets that are like obnoxiously split 50-50. I'm not a huge conflict in the box fan when it's like that. But this set just really feels like a misunderstanding in a box. No one's really the bad guy here. It's just the Islanders being islandy and, chaining up the dragon and stuff. And, all sorts of things. Plot, hashtag no spoilers. But no one's really the bad guy here. And, if people could just talk things out, it'd all work out, which is something I really think our country needs right now. So I think this set has a great educational message that's very important to modern day, and I definitely recommend it. So any of you people who wanna be educated in politics, definitely get this set. I think it's a great, very realistic set. Except the gold on the stickers does not match the gold on the bricks, which freaking drives me nuts. All right, peace out, everyone. Love you.